find there's like certain colors that you like are more drawn to photographing? Like no matter what, like just are you much more about finding the blues, the reds, anything in between? Is there like any colors that you just find like you're really set on or that you're drawn to more?
I would say I really like kind of the uh, warmer tones with like oranges, yellows, reds. You don't actually find red a lot in nature besides fall, but if you kind of if you shoot enough sunsets, you'll get some with red eventually. So I always like to shoot that on the rarity that shows up. Yellows are great too. You get that with early morning light. You can get birds with yellow on them, warblers, and you can get all kinds of things with yellow. I think that's it's probably my favorite color, out of all of them. It kind of stands out from everything. Green too, of course. Green's great. You can't overdo it. It can be very easy to make that green too saturated. Like I think out of all the colors with like oversaturating it, I think that's the easiest to, in my opinion, just because there's so much green and it can kind of overpower the image. But when used properly, I really like incorporating green as well.
I think it's easy for the green part to just tack onto what you said is like it's so prevalent for most of the year. Like over 6 months of green, like leaves and grass and just kind of like everything around us. And lots of plants are green and just yeah, lots of stuff is. So like I do agree. It's like I feel like it's for a lot of people, and I'm once again, of course, guilty of it lots of times. But like pumping out the saturated greens and stuff, like especially in post production, is just it's easy to get carried away with it. So yeah, I'd agree there. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So what about you? What are some of the colors you look for?
Honestly, the greens too. Once again, but I mean, I look for anything that just interests. Even if it's like not like if it's an overcast day, but it's like a much subdued kind of lighting situation. Like I'll look for something that's like not like readily apparent or obvious. Like I don't know, like just like soft pastoral colors or milky colors. Like just the lighter tones of things. So if it's like a very I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example. Just like something that's not always so obvious. But I do like the brighter colors, of course, like the reds of a scarlet tanager or summer tanager, the yellows of like most warblers we get in birds, stuff like that basically. But even like in winter when it's like even if there's like no snow on the ground, like even the brown like old decayed leaves on the ground or like an old decaying dormant we'll say of a prairie or meadow, like there's still some beauty in that I would say too. So you can't go wrong with it either. But I would say when it comes to post processing, like a lot of images are a lot more warmer in color and temperature. This is something I'm more, I would say, drawn to, but it's a very slight warmth. It's not like I'm just editing, overpowering each image just for the sake of it. Because once again, I feel like each image does lend itself to a different style or whatever, with when it comes to color at least.